Chris, can you tell us a little bit about your experience taking an advanced level exam last year?
Besides how scary it was
Yeah.
the whole time?
It was your first time, yes.
It was my first time, yeah. So I had applied for 2 to 3 years before that, and finally got the seat. And you know, it was a really overwhelming experience as far as how I finally got accepted, and this was it. This was the moment, and I ended up building it up a little bit too much for myself, and I think that added to the anxiety of the day. But it was finally here, and this was it. And getting there, it was really nice to be surrounded by people who are so like-minded. All of the community and all of the support from everybody that's going through the same like tough mental process of trying to prepare for it. So it was definitely fun. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful, but you know, there's always next year. There's always another try.
Unlike when you say I'm unsuccessful, you did pass 2 out of the 4 parts. Right?
I did pass 2 of the 4 parts, yeah. So they've added another section to it, and it's the business of the sommelier. So it's all about inventory and costing and margins and cocktail pricing and things like that. So it's another level of the business that you need to know.
So you were the first year where they added this section.
I was,
right?
yeah.
Did you know prior to going in was even there?
I did. It was mentioned, but I didn't know to the extent in which it would be
But you
applied.
did pass that part, right?
I did. Yeah. It's relatively simple math, but again, if it's something you're not responsible for at your restaurant, it could catch you off guard.
Makes
For
sense,
sure.
especially with all the nerves while
Yeah, trying to keep those in check is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. So as I said, it like built up and added to the anxiety. But once you get there, you kind of realize this is what you do every day, and this is what you've been preparing for. And aside from everybody else's nervous energy, my own kind of subsided. So yeah.
So what was your biggest takeaway from this experience, and what do you think you'll do different coming back in 2020?
Coming back into it, what I will do different is spend more time on the theory portion. It was way more in depth than I thought it was going to be, and I feel like a lot of my peers have said the same thing in their attempts. But the main thing I would do differently is reach out more and ask for more help and ask for more support, because you kind of get to this groove of studying and you're like, I can do this, but there's nothing better for your study and your growth than being around people who are going through the same process and who know more than you. So surrounding yourself with people who are more experienced professionals or just more knowledgeable is the biggest key to success in this, for sure.
So besides that, anything else you think you're going to really work on this year before going back?
Oh, tasting. I mean, not too much, because it can get just get to be monotonous at times, but definitely going to taste more and taste a little bit more broad. I kind of dove in hard and very specific into certain varietals and missed some outliers that are pretty classic.
So did you get your feedback from the tasting? What was the feedback?
The feedback was that, like for my entire exam, my feedback was I was really up to date and fluent in everything that's contemporary, but my classics were lacking. And I think for me that has to do with my demographic and what I'm focused on selling and using in the restaurant. But the real classic stuff from 20, 30 years ago and further was things that I was lacking. So that's what I would focus on more.
That's awesome. That's very exciting. Are you confident? You got this, right?
Yeah, all right. Next time, gonna go back and crush it. Not even a question.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up with you.
Oh, you will.
I'll look after your journey. I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you.
Going to crush it this year, and we'll do an update once you take the test.
I look forward to that. That's gonna be fun.
Thank you so much for your
Of course.
time.
You're welcome.